Hello, Darlita. I hope that's how I should pronounce your name. Welcome to a belated welcome to GRA 220. This will be some video feedback on the milestone 1, which is the print ad. And if you have any difficulties in the next 4 weeks, don't hesitate to reach out via text or even phone call. I post my contact information in the announcements. I bid you strength. Darlita, your files were pretty big. They were almost 400 megabytes. So I'm going to just reflect on this. I like your collection of ingredients. It deviates from the corporate palette a little bit. In other words, this is blue rather than purple. What do you think of that in view of the name of the resort? But you've got it on there, and I think you have just the right amount of information. I think the contact information could be smaller, though, and but I do like how you have it in the pool. The color cast is turquoise, which is one of the corporate palette colors. Your tagline, I'm hoping I'll be able to open up your Illustrator file, but anyway, your tagline, I like it, simple 2 words, but it gets kind of hidden and tucked away. Think about what you want the viewer to see first, second, and then perhaps last. And consider, perhaps flopping the image might bring a different nuance to it. That is, mirroring it rather than this orientation. What else? You might consider you have the silhouette or the mask, I guess, of the pool against the beach, and it does give it a sense of depth. There's not much you could do with composition of the photographs, but you might consider making the tag or the slogan really large or perhaps small. In any case, if you set it in all caps like this, it probably should be letter spaced. Darlita, this is your submission. It was quite large, but I was able to successfully download it. I see that you have collected your screenshots into a PDF and you have added captions. This is great. This will make it very easy for you to compile your final reflection. It's only, I think, about 5 pages long, so you will probably have to do some editing. But it's good to see that you've got screenshots for milestone 1. And then I'm curious to know what this is. Oh, I see. Okay, that's the PDF of your final print ad. It looks so much nicer, and it's not blue. What I was looking at earlier was distinctively blue. Okay, so that looks good. It looks better, I think, as a PDF than it did. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is open up your Illustrator file to see whether you've embedded. Well, that's Senjin. He's also in this class, by the way. And to see your file structure. This looks wonderful. I see that you're using layers to put everything on, so it's easy to turn them on or off. And I see your mask, very competent. I love the way that it butts up here, very convincing, really, the perspective and everything. So here's what I was talking about. Is this locked? I may not be able to do anything quickly here, but, oh, yes, I can move it. Either make this really large or really small. I think it tends to get lost, but tucking it up above the logo, I think, is probably not the best solution either. So know that you can. A simple type effect, simple and effective, I think, type effect is to vary the opacity. And you just look and lower it here just to see what, to soften it a little bit. Perhaps you want to make this, well, that was my intention. Maybe that's too, oops. You get the idea though, I think. I can do it another way here. So emphasize that it's simple. I think you've got the right amount of ingredients. This all could be much smaller and perhaps on a single line. Consider that too. Think about, take a look at professional advertising. I wouldn't center things it's it's just kind of a formal way of doing things, but you might consider flush left, red, right. Also, this it looks good. This logo, the purple box logo, you might consider making that larger and perhaps bleeding it off the top. Be careful of your margins though, because magazines are trimmed. You don't want to lose anything. And then you might consider using this as a vertical axis to organize it somehow. So we get some simple implied lines that organize your composition and don't make it quite so chaotic. Again, suggestions only. Just think of keeping it simple and clean as you have. I think your ingredients are good. I look forward to seeing how you apply them to the web banner.